Greetings, everyone. This is Lightstar, and welcome to making it over the finish line into 2017. We all made it, and some of us I know didn't make it because there's been a lot of deaths that happened and occurred at the end of 2016, even in that last week of the year. There was quite a bit of people, and not just in the celebrities that passed over. Debbie Reynolds, and there was like four different other people that actually crossed over that were in the news. But I want to also say the people that I know personally that were crossing over. There was a few members of one member of my family member. There was also other members that I know personally, people that knew other people, just mothers, brothers, sisters, that kind of thing. Not famous people. Well, famous maybe somewhere, but basically there was a lot of deaths that were happening. People were leaving the planet. And so there's just a lot going on. We had the elections, we had Mercury retrograde at the end, and there was a lot of intense energies of what we were wrapping up, as I showed in the last 2016 Oracle Consciousness reading and into 2017. But I went through some of the things we were wrapping up at the end of 2016, some really big issues. So you can review that video as well on my YouTube channel. But now I want to say we talked a little bit in that past video about some of the new energies of 2017. Just a smidgen of it, just a little hint of what we were going to see. Now I want to go into a little bit more depth into this beginning phase. And as we go along, I wanted to see what we would be working with and the energies that we're going to be working with now. So as always, I pulled from my trusty own creation, my Magical Dimensions Oracle cards. And oddly enough, but not oddly enough, it's not surprising to me, is that the first card that I actually picked was the card that was in the last reading. It was for 2016 into 2017. And it was kind of like the bridge. What was the bridge? And I got the same exact card, which is breakthrough. Okay, so it's kind of funny that we received the same card now. So that's very telling and right on point with, we broke through the barrier here. We've kind of gone over the bridge. We don't know what we're exactly expecting, but we're supposed to be taking that leap into the unknown and being ready and having the courage to actually step forward into the new and into the unknown and into that place of new beginnings, starting over. So it's fall. This is like the best card you can get actually to go into a new year. So it's perfectly set up for this, okay? So as I was doing this, I was looking into, okay, what are we dealing with next? Or what's kind of the energy that we're dealing with? And the card that I got is our awesome, lovely Gaian Awakening. And this card is very telling about preparing. This is a preparation card and actually means a lot of different things for a lot of different people. But one of the times I see this card for Oracle Consciousness reading too, which is more for humanity, is that we're all preparing. Preparing for what? We're preparing for a lot of different changes. And so we are going through a preparation. Now, some of you, this also means relocation. Some of you will actually be wanting to relocate to new locations, new geographical places on the planet. Maybe you're feeling like, something is pushing you, something is pulling you, push or pull, that is pulling you or pushing you into a new direction. This also could be new career, but it just means you're trying to find the place on the planet where you feel called, where you're feeling, maybe it's Gaia that's actually calling you because, she wants you in a different location. There may be something there for you. There may be things that are going to open up for you. Maybe there's more opportunities. Maybe you're being led to a different location to do some work on the grids on the planet in that location, and also to help certain people in that location. Or as we know, some of you also get called to certain locations to transmute a lot of energy. and some of the negative energies. So you're kind of being that vacuum, so to speak, as cleanup crew. So all different reasons. This also is very significant of a internal change and an internal preparation. So we've been going through a lot of these receiving ascension energies, crazy cosmic energies coming in. And we've been preparing already for a lot of different things. And I feel that there's a new phase coming in, a new wave coming in, a new cosmic wave, if you will, that is requiring us to prepare in a new way. Okay, so it's really a lot of movement, it's a lot of change, it's a lot of shifting your life around to get ready for some new things that are coming forth. Okay, very, very powerful card for doing some change and receiving information, guidance from Mother Earth herself in listening to where it is that you need to be. So very important card that we're going to be looking at for a lot of us in the humanitarian type of experiences. Now, how we're going to be kind of moving into this, or what are some new energies, some of this new energies, and how kind of we do all of this most gracefully. And the card that I was choosing for that is Galactic Guidance. This is about starseed. You know who you are. The starborns that are connecting with their star families and receiving cooperation. It's also meaning that on a global sense, on a universal sense, and in a cosmic sense, we are receiving a lot of assistance right now from the galactics. They're really putting a lot of energy and effort towards communication with us, also to helping us in a lot of ways to shift and change, to raise our vibrations. We're getting a lot of this assistance right now. Some of you may have felt like you've had it all along and everything's great and you're always, connected. Some of you may be not feeling very connected at all to star family, to your connection, your soul origins, and where you resided from, where you come from. But now is the time that we're really going to see this stepping up. So we're going to see this more in our dream time, and we're going to actually see this more in our waking state as well. So communicating with your star family right now, and galactic intel, and all the things that you can research and absorb and all of that right now is going to be very, very helpful. They're going to be stepping in ways that perhaps they hadn't stepped in before. There's a free will zone. We know that. They can't just step in and, save the day. And they're not going to come in and save the day, but they are going to come in and actually assist us with helping us to raise our own frequencies and raise our own vibrations. I feel there's some new ways that are going to come forth that are going to help us in this way quite a bit. So now's the time to really communicate, to really, receive your downloads in whatever way that you can. Right now is a very good time to get those downloads. Write it down if you need to, very important. We're also going to experience a certain amount of utopia, but this is what I feel is more what we need to do on the inner levels. The inside of us, we need to actually get to a place of peace, because there's a lot of chaos and there's a lot of confusion, and we need to come to that place of balance, that place where we can just sort of, I can breathe. It's like, I feel like last year, I don't know, I kind of feel like we just held our breath the whole time. It's like, constant like this. And even though we're getting into some rough seas, some rough rides ahead, we need to have some place of semblance of peace. That serenity that we can get from a place of inside, whether it be meditation, whether it be going out and doing some exercise and really, releasing, but actually getting back to that place of peace. It's going to be very important for us, because all these chaotic nodes, if you will, are coming forth on the planet, and we need a place of reprieve, someplace where you can actually breathe and relax and allow the energies to kind of come in, do their integration so that you can move forward. So this is going to be an important thing that we are all going to need, okay? Now, we're also going to need strength, and we need to have the empowerment phase coming in, the warrioress energies, because although we need that peaceful time, there's going to also be that strength. And I don't mean the warring, although this does signify that there may be some unrest and unsettled feelings about things. So although we need that peaceful time, there may be some uprising and things that will be happening that need to happen, but we also have to keep somewhat of our bearings here to understand what we're doing, why we're doing something. And so we need that strength. We need that grounded force. This was another card that was also in the 2016, I believe, where it was moving into the energies of 2017. We still need a lot of grounded. You know, it goes along with the utopia where we need the peace. We need to feel grounded and strong because we need to pull in a lot of courage and strength for ourselves and for our families and for the world in general, okay? We also need to place the guardians. That means we also have to put up some shields up because we're going to be bombarded by a lot of stuff. So there's some need for shields, and there's some need to look at your shielding systems, how you shield yourself, looking at sort of boundaries. Yes, we want to have like the love and the light, but sometimes we know we just have to have those boundaries. We have to have those shields up to allow our energies to be, contained in a place of peace. Then we need to actually have those guards up that can shield us from the really super negative energies that are coming, the really super negative and angry energies, sometimes confusion energy, all this whirlwind of stuff that can kind of get into us, and those intuitive empaths that tend to absorb all of that. We need to have some of this shields up kind of thing right now as well. And lastly, I want to say there is something that we all have to be aware of right now, and that is in the areas of finances and money and accumulation of things, okay? So we have this last card coming up as attachment. So this card actually resembles, it means a lot of different things, but right now I'm feeling it's meaning we have to look at how we are attached to certain things that we may need to release a little bit and just let go. It's like the money and holding on and gripping on for dear life. We need to let go of that. We need to allow the energy of money to kind of come in the ebb and flow of the tides as it, will come and it will go. And not have this fear of scarcity and fear of lack and fear of all this stuff. And I'm going to lose everything. And oh my God, I'm going to have nothing. And we have to get out of this. This is going to be a big kind of issue. I think we've been moving in forward with this a bit. We've been gaining strides in, releasing and letting go. Some of you have like moved, completely sold all of your belongings and moved to someplace else and had very little, and you've learned to kind of release and let go. Ever since the drop of probably 2009, it's like the financial drop and the market crashing and, from everything from the housing market to everything else. Some of you have really been working on these issues, and it's been great, and you've really made a lot of strides. But there's still a part that actually needs to be released and let go. We're not supposed to be holding on to everything, and it does take a lot of faith, and it does take a lot of courage, again, to live in the moment. It's okay to have things. I'm not saying it's not, but it's okay to have these different these things in your life, but just don't have the attachment to it that, if it wasn't there and it's gone, or it's, something happens to it, how are you going to respond? And are you going to crumble, or are you going to be okay and really feel that you're going to be okay? So it's stepping out of fear and lack and scarcity. And, when you do get money and you do get wealth and abundance and prosperity and things that come to you, okay, because this also can signify things coming to you in this abundance phase. but then it's taking close attention or very close attention to how you handle that money and what kinds of situations or what kinds of experiences or lessons are going to be coming up from that, and how would you handle it if you had a big lump sum of money dropped in your lap, or how would you handle that? And so what's the intentions behind what you would do and what you really want to do with your wealth and your abundance? So we're all being asked as a collective to look at these issues and to really hone in on some very important things about them, and to learn these lessons as gracefully and as lovingly as we possibly can. Okay. So a lot of energies that we're dealing with, we're going through a big change. And so prepare yourselves on the inside, really to do some internal clearing and cleansing, but to strengthen. That's what I feel this year is going to be, is a lot of strengthening energies. So you're going to have those times where you really need to sit in meditation. You really just need to calm your energy. And there's times where you just need to receive, love, and you really need to receive the energy, receiving the downloads from your galactics, and just receive. And then there's times when you'll need to kind of, muster up the courage to actually take action on the information that you have received. So it's going to be balancing those two things this year, as well as being placed in the correct geographical location that you're feeling that you need to be in at this current time. And that may change, but there is kind of this, sort of chess-like movements around the board to try to get into position and into place. So if you're feeling called to, move and leave where you're at, go within and really check in. But if it's really strong, you got to trust that and know that you're being guided at every moment, and stay in the moment, by the way, because that's going to help you the most. So hopefully this has given you a little bit of insight into some of these energies that is going on right now, and that how we can move swiftly into the next phase. So I'll be back with some more information, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of assistance and some guidance on what's going on right now. So I'm actually, you can visit my website at lightstarcreations.com, and I'm helping people right now with, really honing in on who they are, where they come from, and addressing some blockages and challenges that you might be facing. And we'll release those through some healing work, and also some very exclusive healing work that I do through a process of light language, and also energy work. And so you can check all my session work out there on lightstarcreations.com, as well as my artwork, which I provide to also help lift up humanity and inspire and to activate all of you elementals, fairies, and galactics to your next place of spiritual evolution. So thanks for listening and watching. I will hope to see you very soon. I wish you guys all the best with all the energies coming in, and I will see you very soon on the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Blessings.